Hey, what is up? We are back. Another upload for you guys. And we did another 30-day challenge. And I did this while I was losing the weight for the other challenge. And what I did was I cut out watching YouTube and having social media on my phone for 30 days. So I gotta say, it's one of the more difficult ones that I've done. Very challenging, and I would say it's more difficult on the YouTube end because I personally like watching a lot of YouTube videos, listening to a lot of podcasts, or watching things that I just enjoy watching. And social media, not so as much. I mean, the only thing I really look at is Facebook and Instagram, but that's pretty minimal. I mean, I don't even spend an hour on Instagram. Maybe like 30 minutes to 45 minutes usually if I'm on Instagram combined with Facebook. So it's not really that much, but um, I got into the habit of opening the app and then immediately closing it during those 30 days because it was just habit to just kind of log in and see what was going on the feed. But I would only look at like a couple posts and just forget about it. But the things that really do get me is like sometimes those shorts or those short clips of like random videos that are in the algorithm, and so that'll keep me on the social media for a bit. But the moment I open it, I quickly just close it. Facebook, I actually deleted the app, and it would have been better to delete the app of the Instagram, but I kind of needed it for messaging purposes because I was trying to keep in contact with people during this challenge. The harder part, like I said, was the YouTube videos because every time I come home, the first thing I would do is turn on this TV here and watch a YouTube video and start going on a binge of watching one video after another. And that could be same with shorts or TikTok clips and things like that. So for me, the biggest thing was the YouTube. So the hardest thing was just coming home and not turning on the remote control because that was actually quite difficult. On top of that, what I usually do before I go to sleep is also watch a YouTube video to help me fall asleep. So I'd be on there for an hour or two and then fall asleep. So not having that as well as kind of like a guide or an aid to make me sleep was also tough too. And with all that time being spent on YouTube, I gotta figure out what it is I want to replace my time with, thinking that I'll be a little bit more productive, and which I was. So it did allow me to, spend more time on my hobbies or on editing content for like my side hustle and all that. So that was great. I thought I would look to read more books, but I think I only read like 1 or 2 days, so I didn't really read much. And I actually, what I did read was a lot of Reddit, so going on a lot of forums. So that kind of replaced the YouTube and just going on forums on random topics that I was just interested in or reading fake stories about, a bunch of random posts. And so I did see myself shifting towards Reddit to just kind of replace the time that I do with YouTube. So, yeah, it's interesting that I turned to some other app to kind of occupy my time. And it did lead me to read a lot of interesting things too, but at the same time, I was just replacing one app with another. Um, but if I wasn't doing that, I was either focusing on working on my hobbies, my side hustle, or just going out more. It made me not want to stay at the home because if I'm not going to watch YouTube or anything, then I'd rather just spend a lot of time just going out and socializing more and hanging out with my friends, doing more outdoor activities. So I think in that sense, it was really good. Helped me put myself outside the house and doing more things that are more social oriented, like real life social oriented, and not just through a screen. So it's interesting how you take away some aspects of social media and you replace that with a more authentic social interaction with people. And so it did make me want to go out more and just hang out more rather than being at home and just stick to watching videos or going on Instagram and stuff. And so, but again, I'm not on social media that much, so I'm not. Maybe if I was, it will be more of a struggle. But the YouTube aspect was definitely a lot harder, and so it does make me realize like how dependent I am on YouTube. And YouTube's a great platform because you do use it, you can use it in a productive way where you can learn things, or um, you could learn, educate yourself, or you need to learn how to do some tutorials of how to do certain things. Definitely use YouTube for that. So it was hard not having that because many times YouTube is very useful in that way. And so I also would gravitate a little bit towards Twitch too. So that would also replace my time watching YouTube because I didn't restrict streaming. But then I realized like then you're just kind of watching TV or watching, I guess, live videos. So in one sense, you could say, well, if you're replacing with Reddit and Twitch, is that really, are you really cutting things out that are digital? Well, the goal was to really cut out YouTube and social media because that was the thing that was, I guess, taking up a lot of time, thinking I'd be productive. And I was productive in a lot of ways, but when I did have some downtime, I would gravitate towards watching Twitch streams and going on Reddit. So those seem to be a little bit of the replacement. But along with that, I was able to socialize more, with other people and also be more productive with some of the things that I needed to take care of. So, in the long run, I think it was more beneficial and it did help out. And it did make me realize like I could replace, the YouTube or the social media with some other digital app that will keep me occupied. So, I'm very wary of that. And it was an eye opener. And also, maybe get into the habit of not always watching a video before I go to sleep. Because it seems like that's what a lot of people do is go on the screen before they shut down and rest for the night through their sleep. And so I know I had a challenge like that of no screen time before I go to bed, and maybe that's something I need to implement more. Um, but that was that with the whole YouTube and social media thing. That's my feedback of doing it for 30 days, and hopefully maybe we'll apply it more in a more stricter way where maybe I don't rely on the Reddit and the Twitch and cut out like do some sort of like media or digital app fast. And I think that'll be good. I think it would lead to more productivity, maybe reading more books, being more social, and being more productive in a lot of other ways. So that's my feedback. Maybe I'll challenge you to do the same. And sometimes I think it's good to fast and cut out things for a limited time, just to give yourself a little bit of detox and not be too addicted to social media or your digital device. So, again, if you like videos like this, drop a like, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification button to look for new uploads, and I'll see you guys on the next one.